All right, once again, peace and love, family. Okay, we got a powerful man. I read his books, The Perfect Matrimony, along with Nasal Drinking. And this is Samuel Cohen. I consider him to be like a yogi elder also as well, just kind of a lot of things that I read in his book, even with the few words we might have shared together from just commenting on posts and stuff like that. He really brought a lot of light to even my personal understanding when it comes to spiritualizing the body, when it comes to learning about the supernatural capabilities of the human being. But you realize that it all lies in the mundane day to day. So Samuel, it's really an honor to have you here today. How you doing today, brother?
I'm very good, thanks, brother. Yeah, really glad to be here and to be able to speak to you. We haven't got to meet yet, and I haven't even talked to you before. This is the first moment where we can actually communicate together. And I'm really blessed, and I'm really grateful to read your posts and to be able to actually talk to you now.
Yes, this is the first time we actually shared words and speaking together. So, I really do appreciate this moment. And, so I just want to ask you, Samuel, you say you in India, right? Right now, you in India? Okay.
That's correct.
How long you been on this this journey, man? Like, how did you get started? Like,
Yes. So it's been 20 years, actually, almost exactly 20 years when I started on this journey. And you mentioned the book earlier. So the nasal drinking book I wrote, but the perfect matrimony isn't the one I wrote. That's someone else's. But nasal drinking, drinkingthroughthenose.com is our website. So that's the part that you've read about. That's our book. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I began in the year 2000 when I met Kelly, which a lot of people on Facebook will recognize Kelly Ra, my good friend. He's in London right now, and he was already on the Orin Therapy quest, and he was a Sahaja Yogi, and he was a Taoist when I met him. But he wasn't a nose drinker yet. Then he discovered the nose drinking a few months after me and him really properly connected. There were three of us. And that's something that then changed the real frequency of our vibration. We were able to access the nasal passage with the urine therapy, with Sahaja Yoga, with the lovemaking awareness, and that really elevated it, united it, and took it to the higher level above top of our head, above the Sahasrara in meditation, and the pineal gland being activated through the nasal drinking, the relationship with the pineal gland. Yeah, it's like a representation of the pineal on a larger scale. It's up here, as we know, like right in the center of our head.
Wow. And I do the nasal drinking about every other day. When I first did it, I really felt like, I do it before meditation. So it's like, it's interesting how the urine clears up your nasal cavities. And it's just interesting what you put in the book about how it actually cools the brain, right? You did say that it cools the brain.
Yes.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, cold drinks.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Cold drinks, like we drink cold urine, and we also like cold coconut, cold water, juice.
Mm-hmm.
It instantly cools the brain, cools the head completely. Yeah.
You said cold, drink it cold through the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Ice cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yes, so yeah, man, about, how you so you got started in on the journey. Like what practice or what do you do? Like, how does your day-to-day go by,
Okay, so what Kelly Ra first showed me was Sahaja Yoga meditation. Yeah.
Sahaja Yoga. Wait. Is Sahaja Yoga meditation, is that where you sit still for like about 40 minutes, then you do a moving meditation, or is it like between stillness and movement?
Yeah, it's first comes the yoga, and it's called Sahaja, like with a J.
Sahaja. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a combination of movement and of sitting quiet, sitting still, and awakening the kundalini which is at the base of the spine there, in the triangular bone, and then allowing her to rise all the way up to the top of your head and establishing a cool breeze. Also in your hand as well, the 7 chakras. And the center of your hand is number 7, exactly at the top of your head. So the cool breeze is coming out of your hands, it's coming out of your head. It's something that Kelly Ra showed me first, day 1. This is what you need to know about. To drink through the nose properly, so that the drink can go all the way through and reach the top of your head on a subtle level. And you see in Shiva, there's pictures of Sri Shiva, the water's coming out of his head. You know, some pictures of that in the ancient art, Hindu art mythology, yeah. So my day will start with getting up, first cleaning my body, so having a shower or using the sink to clean the body first. Before you meditate, you've got to have a clean temple, you know, you clean your body.
Okay.
So I'll do that first, and then I will sit and do a meditation, just like we've seen on that chart. And this lady is the lady who started Sahaja Yoga meditation.
Okay. She's the founder?
Yeah, exactly 50 years ago this was now, 1970, May. She founded Sahaja Yoga. And so I will say some mantras, and her photo actually helps us to raise the kundalini, and that's verifiable. It's not just a mental thing. You can actually prove it with her photo. So I'll start with that. I'll raise the kundalini 3 times as shown. I've got a group, a Facebook group. I can put it in the link when you post about this. And we protect ourselves as well. And then we sit with our hands to the photo with a candle. You put your hands on the chakras, you say affirmations. There's specific affirmations you say to help to raise the kundalini and to merge the spirit, which resides in the heart, to merge the spirit with our consciousness above our head. So it's saying the mother and the father, the kundalini is the mother, the father is God Almighty, become unified. That's the yoga. And then you get in this state where you are the child, and that's the yoga, and you get this blissful, peaceful state of awareness. And that's why I start my day. That's the first, really, what I do after I've had a shower. Really wonderful.
Okay, interesting. Wow. All right, and I noticed you said that you asked for protection, right?
Yes.
So, is that the mantras? Like, what's your way of the?
Well, it's, in Sahaja Yoga, yeah, there's a technique called raising the kundalini and putting a bandhan. A bandhan is like a protection, yeah. So we do it 7 times like that. 7 rainbows you make over yourself before you start the meditation and after the completion of it. So that while you're sitting with a candle, with a photo, you're completely secure, you know, you're protected, because we don't know what's around us, you know, in our environment, invisible entities, you know, and so when you're protecting yourself, keeping you in that security of meditation, like a cloak of serenity, yeah.
So you said you do this, right? So it's, well, your video froze. Okay. Are you visualizing or like the layer, like the protection around you? Does it have an associated color? Does it, you know?
Yeah, good question. So I have to show you properly. In the group I've got on Facebook, I've got a group where I do videos showing you how to do it.
Okay.
It is actually, it's not just a mental thing, it's actually a actualization of a protection that you're making this rainbow, this bandhan, through Srimataji, this lady showing us this. It's an actualization, it's not just a mental thing, and it really works. I just had a class about half an hour ago with 3 people that I'm staying with here, and we've been having classes every day now for the last 5 days, and it's taking us, we're traveling within ourselves. So all this quarantine, all this lockdown, all this stress that's trying to be around us is having no impact because you are shielded from it, literally. It's like,
wow. Okay. I definitely got to join that group because, you know, I do meditate every day, but, you know, I can't say that I put a layer of protection over me all the time, you know, so I am interested in learning even intricate details to start to perfect more of my cultivation, you know, because I am dedicated in the consistency, you know. And Samuel, just to kind of get a little more out of you, when you say you raise the kundalini, are you like regulating the breath or not?
No, it's not with the breath really. It's actually through the founder, through this lady, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. She, in 1970, she found a way to bring the kundalini up through the central channel in her own subtle body. She knew it was her quest to do this from a child. So she found a way in 1970, exactly 50 years ago, to raise the kundalini and bring it out of her head, just like I showed you on this. And then to the central, there's three channels. There's the left channel, the right channel, and the central channel. And the central channel is where the kundalini, right there, is rising all the way through the central channel, and she's piercing the top of our head. She actually pierces it, the Brahmandara, which is right here, a soft bone when you're a child. And this lady, she found a way to not only raise it in herself, but then to pass it on to people. And now it's all over the world for free. You never pay for it. So it's an actualization of the raising. So when we use our hands in this way, when we start, we do it 3 times. We do it once for the past, and we tie a knot. Then we do it again, and we tie a knot for the future, the right channel. Then we do it again, and we tie 3 knots for the present. And when you tie the 3 imaginary knots, so if you can see top of my head, it's like 3 imaginary knots, yeah, like that. Then your attention is like above your head, so it's above your thoughts. And when this chakra is open, all the thoughts come out, and they leave you alone. And you're not trapped in your head anymore. You're now above your head, above the ego and the superego. You've gone beyond them. And this is what she gave us to the world in 1970. And it's now taught for free all over the world in classes. I'm sure in America, okay, not today, right now they've been closed, but up until recently they were free all around the world, these classes, yeah.
Wow, I never heard of that. Wow. I heard about the term, right, where, you know, it's stillness and then moving meditation, but I never heard of, you know, because it's interesting too, because, you know, usually people talk about, okay, you get into regulation of the breath, you do this, you do that. But it's interesting, you say how you move up with your hands, correct? And then you tie a knot, and is that moving the energy up above the senses, in a sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're telling me that you do you sit in the lotus position?
I do on occasion when I'm doing the meditation, or the half lotus. Because I have to practice sometimes. The full lotus, the complete lotus can be, very good for sitting. But I do half lotus sometimes, and I do the complete lotus also, but all 3 of them. Or just cross-legged, whatever you feel comfortable with.
I notice that takes practice, man. You can't just sit and do the full lotus position.
Sure.
Oh,
used to it.
all right. So, you said that there was what was the question I had? So you start off your day like that, correct? As most of your meditation, is it still? Do you do some of the Tai Chi and moving meditation at all, or is it mostly still?
It's using your hands. Only your hands will be really used. You're sitting down. You don't get up.
Okay, only your hands.
And you put your hands on the chakras. So, if for instance, I'll just show you a bit of my. So you put your hand on. You got the left side, you got the right side, you got the center. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So each chakra has a specific deity that corresponds to that chakra. You know, a deity, a god, a goddess. So you could say on this chakra here, on the Anya chakra, which is number 6, yeah, is Christ, right in the center. It's forgiveness. This chakra is forgiveness. So you put your hand on this chakra and you say, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. And if you don't forgive yourself, or you don't forgive someone in the world, you're angry with someone, then the kundalini cannot pass, because Christ will not let the kundalini pass, the mother, kundalini is the mother, Christ will protect the mother from getting to the top of your head if you're not forgiving. So you have to forgive yourself, forgive everyone. That's what Christ also went through for us, however many years ago, so that we are now liberated from our past and from any kind of sins, you know?
Right, right. Okay, so that reminds me of how they talked about trapped emotions, right? So you would have trapped emotions and trapped energy, and this would cause an obstruction of the energy to flow. So this practice you have also helps you to get past repressed emotions.
100%, yeah, 100%. That's what it is. It's like cleaning out your closet, yeah? You're cleaning your closet spiritually, and your ancestors and your parents, so that any guilt, any baggage, any kind of pressure that you're carrying from your family or your ancestors is now being liberated. This is our second birth that we're now being gifted in this day and age that we wanted for many lifetimes.
And
Instantly as well, instantaneously. When the kundalini rises, you get your self-realization immediately. That's what's unique about Sahaja Yoga. You don't have to wait for it over 10 years. You have to stand on your head. You have to do all these, you have to work on it, of course, but it's given to you day one, and then it's up to you how you water it, how you nurture it, you put the right soil, you are gentle with yourself, but you're also disciplined with yourself. You're firm, but you're also loving, you know? It's the perfect balance.
all right. You get me really excited to learn this technique. Wow. Because I've really been on this, even to where I sit and I already came in contact, for example, with the energy, feel the tingling all over my body, up in the pineal, throbbing, and I would notice when I would sit, not really regulating the breath as much, but I taught myself again how to breathe properly, because we kind of breathe shallow. So how to breathe into the abdomen. And what I did was over time, I naturally just breathe that way. So I don't really, when I sit and meditate, I don't really have to regulate my breath, and boom, right there, I feel the connection. But I don't know what it was, Samuel, that made me think of you. And I was like, man, like, I got to, there's something about him. I have to talk to him. You know what I mean? And this was actually the meditation. It wasn't a coincidence that you then commented on one of my posts, because I thought about you before I made that post, and then you actually shared it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna message Samuel, because it's just the stuff that you're saying is that's intriguing to know. It's almost like, again, or the nasal drinking. It's like I feel like I did the prerequisite things to really come to appreciate the stuff you're telling me right now. So is semen retention, all right, that's obviously a big part of raising the kundalini, right? So is that a part of where do you have to be, obviously you don't have to be celibate, but you have to at least be practicing tantric sex, or can you still feel a connection even if you're not perfect, where you lose your seed from time to time? Like how?
Yeah, question. Okay. So when I was meeting with Kelly originally back in 2000, in the year 2000, and he showed me about Sahaja Yoga first. And Sahaja Yoga is on the subtle level, it's your subtle body, right? So it's the chakras and the subtle body. And if you can see here, the kundalini is between the first and the second chakra. This triangular bone there is between the second and the first chakra. And the first chakra is related to your innocence, to your purity, to your chastity, your eternal child. That's the first chakra. Your second chakra is creativity, pure knowledge, pure action. So the kundalini the mother sits between them, and the Muladhara, the first chakra, is where Sri Ganesha resides. Sri Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, the child god. And Sri Ganesha protects his mother fiercely, the chastity of his mother, the purity of his mother. And that's where he got his elephant head from originally, because of Sri Shiva, his father, chopping the head off the boy. He didn't know it was his son that his wife had made, and the son had said, my mother is in the bathroom. And so Sri Shiva was angry, saying, how dare you say that you are the son of this, my wife? You know, he was insulted that you're attacking the chastity, you know? So he chopped the head off the boy, and then the boy, he replaced it with an elephant because he found out that his wife had made this boy to protect, and there's a beautiful divine creation, immaculate conception. So
Right.
when you are respectful of your partner, when you only be with the same partner, so essentially it's best to have a wife when you make love and not to sleep around, you know, or to have one girlfriend when you are only with that person, so that you can really have trust, develop the bond and the nurturing of the chi, of the Taoist doctrine of making love. So Kelly was clear with me that Sahaja Yoga is the chakras, is the kundalini, is the subtle system, and the Taoist, the lovemaking, is the chi, is the meridians, is the jing, and is the shen, the spirit. So it's not to be mixed in the sense that you're not doing yoga with the sex. You're not raising the kundalini through sex. You're doing meditation, so you're having a shower, you're meditating in the morning, and then with your wife, you're making love. You're raising your chi together, your pheromones, your hormones, secretions. You're exchanging your secretions. So naturally they're related, but not directly, like with the kundalini. That's what Tantra goes into in some departments, and that's where we're saying it's good to be clear that the Chinese, the yin and the yang, is one side, and then the meditation and the yoga is the next side, and not to directly mix them. But yeah, semen retention, 100%, is part of really raising yourself to your highest level, you know, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And because I'm not married right now, Mark, I prefer not to be with a partner unless I might meet someone and I want to be with them, and potentially I want to marry them and start a relationship. So I have to make sure that it's somebody really that is on the level, that wants to be with me, and I want to be with them. And that hasn't really, at the moment, hasn't been the situation. So I will happily do the meditation and maintain a celibacy for now. But I have in the past made love with someone, a girlfriend, for a while. And when I've made love with her, I've maintained the lovemaking. I haven't ejaculated, sometimes for hours, right? Several days. And then I've meditated after. I had a shower. I've gone to meditate, and I've done exactly the same. Raise the kundalini, and my meditation is like, it's like I've got like, you know, my head is like, it's been doing weight training, you know, because I've maintained, I haven't released, and I've loved this woman, and I wanted to be with her. It's like I've done like proper, like, you know, all the muscles are in my head. It's like no thoughts can get in. There's no way. It's like I've got like titanium in my head. The thoughts can't get in, and the meditation is just like, you know, bodybuilder, mind is just, wow, bliss, pure joy, pure bliss. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Wow. So, you know, what you're telling me reminds me of this quote that something Montauk Chi said. He said that, I think it was him, I could be wrong, about how you could only, like, if you have sex with a bunch of people, you're only having sex with bodies. You know, it's really nothing, no substance to it. But when you get with one person and you build a bond, like you say,
yes,
the bond, and you care and you grow to love that person, you see how by connecting to their soul, you could make love in so many ways, right? But when it's night stands, it's just a body, you know, it's like it's nothing to it. Like I'm almost like a masturbation, you know. And growing up everywhere, you know, even like, you know, being in Bahamas, all my uncles, all them had all kind of gals, all kind of women. And you feel like that's a part of being a man, you know, where sex is just this, to me, the way we taught sex and masturbation is like the same shit. Not until you learn, like, wow, like, you know, it's much deeper than that. And two, for the sake of having fun, us as young men tend to break, you know, it hurts a lot of women, man, you know. So it's like to have that on your heart and stuff like that. And I hope that for the brothers that watching this, you hear what he's saying about again. And wasn't it you that gave me the book Perfect Matrimony? Or I don't remember, man. But somehow I connect you to that book. I don't know why. Okay? I don't know.
It wasn't me, but it's beautiful that you say that.
I could swear, man, it was from you. So it talked about how semen is the astral liquid of man. And, you know, right now I actually engaged, you know, I have a fiance, and I really want to work on my techniques. And let me ask you something, man. Was it, since you were so good at holding it in, what was it? Your diet were you eating raw? Or like, how did you work the PC muscle? Did you contract it? Did you like, how did you just do it for hours, bro, and not lose your seed? Like, what is the, I know it's not a secret technique, but how the hell did you do that? How did you do?
Okay, well, I'd say firstly is your breathing. Yeah, when it gets too much, you can feel you're getting close to that place. Yeah, so you just slow it down and you take some lovely deep breaths and you squeeze your you know, the deer exercise. The deer exercise, you squeeze your balls and you squeeze your bum all at the same time, from the anus to the tip of the jade stem. You squeeze it all. And you take some deep breaths while you're inside her, even. Yeah, while you're inside the woman.
So wait,
You're channeling it.
you telling me at the moment where I wanna spill it out, right? When it's
Just before.
yeah, I squeeze, I grab my balls. That's what you're saying, right?
You don't grab them. You squeeze them with the muscle
With my
there.
PC muscle. Okay, okay.
Yeah, the muscle there that you've got. It's called the deer exercise, like a deer.
I know. Okay, I know about the deer exercise, right?
Feel it. Yeah, and you
So
squeeze it and you take some deep breaths.
say that again.
Take some deep breaths, you know.
In and out the nose.
Yeah, while you're squeezing it, while you're holding it, several, like 3 or 4 deep breaths. And you breathe out through your mouth, you let all the heat out, all that heat that wants you to ejaculate. It's a battlefield.
Okay, all right. And you know, it's funny. At the moment when I want to, I do hold it in, but I have, you know, I still like spill it out, but I don't ever want to do it. Like, bro, I don't really ever really want to do it. I just want to have orgasms like the multi-orgasmic man, right? So I'm getting better, but it's like I would slow the breath, but I didn't do the day exercise though. I tried to slow the breath, but I did not do the deer exercise. So maybe that's something I was missing then. You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel Reed is a good author. Daniel Reed, you might have heard of him, American author. He's written quite a lot of books. And one of the books is The Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity. And in that book, he's got 2 chapters, if I'm correct. They really have a lot of information of how you can maintain the high tide. Yeah, so you stay at the high tide. And it's also about the woman, how she can channel her orgasm so that you're both at this high tide and you maintain it.
And
then
you
it's
maintain
like
it.
there. Yeah. And you maintain it for days, weeks, months. And then anytime you want to, you meet up for half an hour. Say you've got half an hour before you've got to go and do something. You can make love for half an hour and you go straight to the high tide. You are like having total bliss, complete bliss. You're
Right.
traveling. The room is like a spaceship. You know, the walls are rocking for half an hour. It's just like the woman gets into a bit of a trance. And then you come out of it. And naturally, because we're Sahaja yogis, because we're aware of the chakras, we know how to protect ourselves. This is all connected. This makes you into a super lover. Because you know about the chakras, your hands as well. Your hands become awakened. So even you're holding your woman in your arms. and she's holding you. Your hands are touching each other. The chakras are awakened, so you are activating each other. Half an hour, you can do wonders to make you rejuvenate. You can run a marathon. Not that I
And instead of
recommend it,
being
but
tired, you're building on your energy. Like you're building on your energy. That's amazing, man. Like, because it's almost like with the majority of us, when we get to that high tide, it's like, you know, it's that do or die, like, you know, it comes right out. And to learn how to actually maintain that and then carry it out through the day, that's pretty, that's interesting, man. That's interesting because I know, you know, I really, really want to, you know, get that part more in line, you know, like I don't ever want to do it, to be honest. Like, I like, question, did you never do it? Did you spill it sometimes, or did you literally telling me you kept that shit in? You kept that shit in for a long time.
yeah, I mean, longest might be 2 months that I've done with a partner. But I haven't really been with partners very much. In the last 20 years, there's been a lot of times I've just been alone in my house.
Yeah, you're celibate now, right?
Yeah, well, now, because I'm not married and I haven't got a partner. So as a Sahaja Yogi, it's best that you are celibate before marriage, okay? So I'm not a virgin, of course. You know, people have asked me that. They're like, so are you a virgin? I'm like, look, I've been in Sahaja Yoga 20 years, yeah? So it's like, while I'm not with someone, then for sure, the meditation that I'm doing, all this beautiful meditation, yeah, it's giving me so much joy that I don't need to have the sexual feeling like I've got to be with someone. I don't need that. And I don't masturbate. And I will, of course, I won't ejaculate. And dreams, they don't get me in dreams because in dreams I'm good. I'm aware that when a sexual encounter comes in my dream, when a sexy woman turns up and she's all like ready, and I get that feeling like I'm going to ejaculate in my dream, I wake up before. I'm like, no way. I'm like, you're not getting that easily.
Yeah, you
no way.
You push that bitch off you.
I wake up in time. I can see what it is. I might enjoy it for a couple of minutes. I'm like, okay, I know what this is. And then I wake up. I'm like, no way, no way.
Hey, you do the foreplay, get to first base, and then get out. That's funny, man. You know, I've done that before, you know, where I was like fully conscious, like it's a lucid dream, and I know that I'm dreaming, and I'm like, okay, nah, I don't want to lose my seed. No, you know, interesting.
For nothing.
So it really, because it's one way to hold in the energy, then it's another way to manage it, right? So managing it, are there certain times where it, like, you really, like, it's, well, it seems like you're balanced now and you have a good internal alchemy where you no longer crave that orgasm. That's what it sounded like. Is that true? You no longer crave.
Absolutely. You get such joy. You're getting such joy from the meditation, from Sahaja, and from the mantras. There's lots of mantras, yeah? I've got here, this is the mantra book. This is the Sahaja Yoga mantra book. You see that beautiful picture of all the deities dancing. I know it's not so light, but...
Wow.
So, this is the mantra book, right? You see how thick it is, right?
Ooh.
So in this book, you've got prayers, you've got mantras that raise you every day. When you give thanks to God in the correct way, when you give worship, then you get praised for that. And you get it's called like punyas, yeah? Punyas are like when you do something good, when you say, give thanks, you get the praise. And so it gives you this blissful meditation that the Sahasrara, the 1,000-petal lotus, you get such joy and it's rising up and it's like you're returning again to being a child again. So you're like, okay, when I get a wife, then she's going to get it, you know? But before that, I'm like, okay, God, I'm not with anyone. I'm chilled. I'm relaxed, you know? I'm enjoying the childlike, the eternal child returning again. I'm 42, but I love to play. I love to meet people. I love to talk. I love to sit and meditate with people. It's like every day becomes so wonderful that you don't think about sex. You just say the love making, when it arrives, when the sex is there with your partner, then great. And before that day, you say, okay, let me enjoy all of life's gifts before that, you know, whatever else there is.
All right, that's dope. That sounds like a brahmachari. Wow. All right, man. And you know, it looking at, because one thing I haven't done, Samuel, is I don't have a certain set of mantras. So that I do. Like I said, I just was actually, what I'm doing is I'm just building it step by step, right? Well, I'm getting things in. At least I want to be consistent. I want to, so at the very least, I can say that I came in contact with kundalini. I came in contact with my true self, the abundance of energy, the blissful feeling, and also just being. You know, it's not me trying to become something, you know, because I am already that, you know, just be. And you start to realize that thinking and doing causes a lot of problems, you see? So, you know, when you learn the Wu Wei, the art of non-doing, so all of that I'm, you know, incorporated into my life. And one thing that's ringing a bell to me is what you bring up is the mantras. This practice here, which again, I'm going to join your group. I definitely would love to, immediately love to start it, either to first thing in the morning, immediately, just.
You feel the joy. You can hear the joy, can't you? And you can hear what I'm saying in my words. That I'm really feeling very blissful right now, you know? I've been doing meditation, like I said, for 5 days in a row with some friends. So I'm so pleased that you can feel this. Please, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. You know, you're the second person. You know Shayna Dean? You know Shayna?
Wait, say it again, Shane?
Shayna, you know Shayna Dean? You know, her and Ella Tom Elamine have like a prana talk.
Elamine, yeah.
She
I know the Tom Elamine.
she was the first one to actually tell me about the Sahaja, that's how you say Sahaja Yoga. She was Sahaja. Sahaja.
Sahaja.
Yeah, okay. She was the first one to tell me about it, you know.
Okay.
But I was trying to find online, but you know, wasn't too sure what I was looking for.
Sure.
So, you know, just to kind of engage with you and see that you want to actually do it. That's a good look, you know, because so question, Samuel, on diet. Do you eat like that, or do you eat, you know?
I eat only animal free now.
You're animal free. Are you like mainly raw, or you eat cooked sometimes?
I eat cooked sometimes, yeah. I had some nice like red rice today and some you know, animal free meatballs. It's nice, a restaurant there. I prefer
Oh, okay.
salad, I prefer fruit. I prefer salad and fruit, yeah. But there are moments where I'll have some nice cooked food if it's better quality. I don't want to eat the kind of fried foods, you know, not really fried, but some, you know, organic cooked foods. Yeah, I'll be okay with that for now.
Yeah.
I'd like to get raw eventually, slowly.
Got it. Yeah, still enjoying the food experience. I see, yeah.
Less and less. I've got to say less and less. And also not having a partner, I suppose, it's not an excuse, but if I was with someone and I'm making love every few days, then I'll probably want less and less food. But because I'm not, and there's a few tough days lately, I've been detoxing while I've been here in Goa. I've made some choices where I've removed some habits that used to be around me. I won't go into too much detail right now, but because of that, it's been a bit like tumultuous, you know, like sleeping patterns have been affected. So I had some cooked food. It's been quite nice, but like I said, I don't want to have anything from an animal. No acidic milk, cheeses,
Yes,
eggs,
right.
none of that.
Good. Got it. Yeah, I have my cooked food, you know, like I just like veggie burgers, you know, we make empanadas, veggie burgers from scratch and stuff like that. So, you know, all right. Yeah, man. So,
I got one of these as well. I got this from earlier, right?
all right. The waters of life.
Yes. And I had kombucha this morning. You know kombucha,
Yes.
this bacteria, yeah. So I had a drink of that. And it really, look what it did to my elixir, because before that, my elixir was a little bit more orange. But as you can see, the color of this is like so light, you know, it's such a beautiful color, this is. Just
Yes.
from the kombucha. Straight afterwards, I was like, right, I'm going to have kombucha every couple of days now, because
Got it.
it's helping my elixir. So I just wanted to show you that I drink a glass of that through the nose, and this is from this morning, so it's cooled down nicely now, you know. And I just, yeah.
Awesome. The
Yeah,
golden
bottoms up.
elixir. Have you done urine fast?
I haven't done the urine fast, no, not really.
Yeah, boy, that, let me tell you, man, it gets bitter as hell. I went on the third day, and boy, it was tough to ingest, you know. But yeah, so how long you been practicing urine therapy? 2 years? 20 years? 20 years. Okay. Wow. From I was 10 years old, you've been on it. And you see, family, you see what he's doing? He's drinking it through the nose. All the living enzymes, living DNA, stem cells. I mean, it's just, it's like your own personal supplement beverage. And I can ask Sam, if you think that, do you,
Oh, yeah.
urine is the ultimate supplementation?
I'd say, yeah, the combination. I think the combination of the urine and the secretions from the lovemaking, the hormones, the pheromones,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
With Sahaja Yoga meditation, with the raising of kundalini, the bandha, the protection, the mantras, that was the dream combination. Yeah, the combination of those three through the nose. Also coconut water through the nose.
Coconut water.
Also mixing some fruit juices, some hemp seeds, hemp milk, you know, making a little drink through your nose with the elixir, with kombucha, you know, with lovemaking, with Sahaja Yoga. Yeah, it's a dream combination.
Wow. You drink mainly through the nose? Do you drink
What?
Do you drink mostly through the nose?
I drink, at the moment it's about half and half, because I can't get drinking this kind of water, you know, from a bottle. It's not distilled water, you know, it's just bottled water. So I don't want to have too much of that through my nose. So I do that through the mouth, in my own water. Coconut water is better, but now we can't get it because the coconut sellers are not getting the coconuts delivered because of the lockdown. So we can't get the coconut water, which is a bit harder because it makes it, this bottled water is not so pure at all. You know,
Yeah, you could taste the difference, really.
Treated, yeah.
And y'all on full lockdown in India, like you can't leave your front yard, or?
No, we can go to the beach on occasion, but then the police come after 11 in the morning. The police come, and then you have to just leave the beach quietly. You know, they patrol the beach, like chase you off, and then 20 minutes later they go, and you come back to the beach, you return to the beach. So it's a cat and mouse.
Right. I hear that. In Bahamas, we was on lockdown fully for like a week. You couldn't even leave your front yard, and
Wow.
you couldn't know. They had to literally, like, well, I'm in Florida, but my family over there, and they had to literally, like, they shut down. The food stores was closed. Everything was closed. Only the hospital was open.
Wow.
Now they doing a full shutdown only on weekends, where you can't leave your house, basically. You know.
Weekends.
Yeah, it's a little small country like that, but apparently there was fights between some brothers and the police. So someone almost got killed, got shot, and they having house parties. People wasn't listening and stuff like that. So then they brought further restrictions, you know.
Yes.
Right. All right. So, you know, so yeah, Samuel, you know, it's funny. I think we've been talking for what, like maybe 20, 30 minutes, but it's like me personally, I got so much value from you in this about 30 minutes, you know, because sometimes when you make something so long, people look at it like, man, I don't have the time for that, man. You
I
know,
totally agree.
you know, so it's good that
Concentrate.
consider this like a part 1, right?
Sure.
And we could hop on a part 2 later and out, because I want to gather more questions. I don't want to be all over the place. And
Sure.
I would like to do is join your group, do the practices, and then
Yes.
at least people can,
Sure.
for part 2, then I can
Yeah.
talk about it from my personal experience, you know?
Beautiful. Yeah. Totally.
Yes, really. Samuel, man, really appreciate it. I knew intuitively I had to talk to you for some fucking reason, and I know now why. You know,
Totally.
yeah, much love. Thank you. So family, before I end the video, the value that he spit for me personally, for knowledge that you can apply, that's what I mean. It's not just metaphysical jack off of the mind where you sound intelligent, because you start to realize, family, that even the esoteric knowledge strays you away from your true nature, because it also becomes a form of entertainment. And to understand self, you just be, you know, you don't just run to meditation. Oh, well, I want to get to a higher consciousness. That's still kind of crooked, because you're saying that, you know, you're not that. You're already claiming that you're not that. And you cannot be nothing other than what you truly are. So what I got from him, mainly for the brothers that can watch this, you hear what he said. What was the name of the book, Samuel, for the Taoist Love Making? Or what was the name of the book?
Yes. The name of the book is The Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity by Daniel Reed.
By Daniel Reeves. Okay. And you see, he brought up breathing slowly. When you're about to hit that climax, brothers, breathe in slowly, contract your PC muscle. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. Just look up deer exercise. All right. We got to hold that in, man. We got to get energetically stronger, you know? So anyway, much love to you, brother. This was very compact and nice. And just message me the link to the group. And part 2, family, maybe a couple weeks from now, but I'm going to apply what he's going to bestow. Much love.
Much love.
Right.
Hugs.